Should you invest in AMD stock? Late last year, the stock of Advanced Micro Devices reached an all-time high. However, with the chipmaker stock falling, some investors may be wondering, is AMD stock a good buy right now? AMD has staged an incredible turnaround over the last 7 years, fueled by new products and improved profitability. As a result, AMD stock has risen. AMD rivals Intel in the production of central processing units, or CPUs, for personal computers and servers. It also competes with NVIDIA in the market for graphics processing units, or GPUs, used in PCs, gaming consoles, and data centers. Founded in May 1969, AMD went public in September 1972. AMD shifted to a fabless semiconductor business in March 2009 by spinning off its factories as Global Foundries. Current chief executive Lisa Su took the reins in October 2014. She led the Santa Clara, California-based company into a new era in 2017 with its Ryzen PC processors and EPYC server chips. Under her direction, AMD surpassed Intel in the production of CPUs with smaller node sizes, giving its products an advantage in speed and performance. AMD manufactures chips at the 6nm scale, whereas Intel has struggled to manufacture chips at the 10nm scale. AMD is now working on 5nm chips. Chip circuit widths are measured in nanometers, which is 1/1000th of a meter. The situation has aided AMD's acquisition of market share from Intel in PCs and servers. AMD stock has risen as a result of these gains. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing manufactures AMD chips. Su has also been in charge of several large acquisitions. AMD completed its $49 billion all-stock acquisition of Xilinx in February 14th. With Xilinx specialty chips, AMD hopes to expand its presence in the data center market. The stock of AMD increased as a result of the news. In addition, AMD completed its $1.9 billion acquisition of distributed computing startup Pensado Systems on May 26th. AMD claims that the acquisition will strengthen its data center capabilities. That day, AMD stock rose 6.6%. During an Analyst Day presentation on June 9th, AMD touted its expanding opportunities. The company stated that its total and addressable market has increased to $300 billion, up from $79 billion at its 2020 Analyst Day. AMD forecasted improved profit margins and free cash flow, as well as 20% compound annual sales growth over the next 3 to 4 years. According to Mercury Research, AMD surpassed Intel in the second quarter in CPUs for servers and PCs. AMD increased its unit share of the lucrative server CPU market to 13.9% in the second quarter, up from 9.5% the previous year. In the June quarter, AMD's share of notebook PC processor sales was up 24.8%, up from 20% the previous year. In addition, AMD's unit share of desktop PC processor sales was 20.6% in the second quarter, up from 17.1% the previous year. AMD introduced its Ryzen 7000 series desktop processors on August 29th, the first 5nm processors for PCs. The new high-end processors are aimed at gamers, content creators, and other users who require more power. However, AMD stock fell 1.8% following the product launch event. On January 4th, AMD unveiled its latest central processors and graphics processors for notebook PCs at the CES 2022 trade show. With a focus on gaming applications, it introduced the Ryzen 6000 series mobile processors, as well as new Radeon graphics processors. However, AMD stock fell 3.9% on a bad day for tech stocks. AMD announced a new $8 billion share repurchase program late on February 24th. The new authorization supplements the $4 billion stock buyback plan announced in May 2021, under which the company repurchased approximately $3 billion of AMD stock. Investors reacted positively to the news, sending AMD stock up 3.8% in the following trading season. AMD released a mixed second quarter report on August 2nd. It reported better than expected June quarter results, but provided weak sales guidance for the current quarter. On August 3rd, AMD stock fell 1.2% in response to the news. Now, is AMD stock a good buy right now? Right now, AMD stock is not a good buy. Before establishing a potential buy point, it must first establish a new base in the appropriate market conditions. AMD stock is trading below its 50-day and 200-day moving average lines, which is a negative sign. Supply chain issues may continue to stymie chip production. COVID-related lockdowns are a continuing source of concern in China, a key chip manufacturing hub. However, rising semiconductor inventory levels across the industry suggest that many of these production challenges may be easing. Another source of concern is inflation. Higher food, housing, and energy prices are forcing many consumers to reduce their discretionary spending. These price pressures are likely to cause many people to put off purchasing PCs and other devices. If the economy enters a prolonged recession, the drop in tech spending could be even more severe. Nonetheless, evidence suggests that inflation has already peaked. allowing governments to shift from restrictive, cost-cutting policies to more expansionary and economically friendly policies sooner than many investors might expect.